everyone, welcome to Stand-Up Analysis. We're going to be reviewing Gaurav's stand-up set, thinking about what he did well, what maybe he didn't go well, and the decisions he made along the way. And if you like this content, give us a like, give us a comment, give us a subscribe. It really helps us out. But before that, you want to give us any context into the set, this audience, the material, etc.?
Yeah, I got a great crowd. The audience was a packed house. This is the first time I was the opener comic for Laughter Party, and great experience. I learned a lot. There was, I hope it's cut in the audio, one special audience member who wanted to be involved. I just want to learn from this footage now.
And that's why people don't want to go first. It's like you're the one that figured out that she existed for all of us. So here we go.
Why'd you stop clapping? How we doing, everybody? Good. Me too. I'm feeling a bit nostalgic.
Okay, how do we feel about our opening moment?
Good start. I was feeling good up until they stopped clapping on their own. So I put the mic in my armpit just because I wanted to see if I don't hold it up to my face, signaling that I'm about to start talking, what would happen. They just stopped on their own.
Yeah. Let's watch exactly how long they sort of. Oh, it's because the music. If you notice, they followed the music. So when the music faded out, they faded with it. So normally I try to hard cut the music out so that the applause is still full blast and the music's gone, so the audience feels that they can sustain themselves. But they just followed the music. So that's why you had the energy down. Because they didn't. Once again, this was the first person to go out. It's the first time the audience is doing like a welcoming. For like our set applause, and it's like that is natural because the music is the emotional avatar of the room, that they would follow that energy level. So like we were a little at this point. It's hard to predict that, but that's why that applause stopped there. And not that they didn't like you.
Okay, that explains why. Because I went. Oh, before going to material, I wanted to just do this joke. Why'd you stop clapping? Keep it going. I want to see how long I can just keep them clapping for.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why'd you stop clapping?
Okay, yeah. So there was the weird moment where we were like to get into that, but they still like us, and then we had this good reaction moment. So I don't like that. I mean, I don't dislike that. Even though we had the minor.
How we doing, everybody? Good.
Okay, now it's getting a little bit too much. Like, keep clapping. How you doing? Can you guys put your hands together? What does applause sound like? Like, if we made it even further, we could make a bit out of it. But it's like it's too much. That it's starting to get maybe the audience like, okay, what are you doing here, man?
Yeah.
which is why each applause is sort of like, okay, we like you, but like, what's yeah.
I definitely sensed that. So I was just looking. So I was hoping people would be up for just to chat, maybe hi, hello up front. But no, the vibe I sensed was, hello, new comedian. Where's your joke? Like, give us a joke. You know?
Part of that was because of how the music cut out and the energy with the applause, which is why I try to do it usually differently. But this is the norm. This is probably going to be what happens on normal shows. Is usually the music goes on too long, the applause dies down, and then they cut the music, and so you don't even have control over snatching the energy from the like in the room, because like the music is sort of like blast past you with your agency.
Good. Me too. I'm feeling a bit nostalgic. Yeah. Same? Let's talk after. Because I was thinking about my first romantic experience. Oh, yeah. I was in kindergarten. Started early. Couldn't wait. This girl in my class, she was going around kissing all the boys on the lips. She gets to me. She goes, "Not you." The fuck? I go, "Why not?" She goes, "'Cause you're too dark." I know. We're both Indian. What?
Okay, Okay, so we've now you can hear her.
Yeah.
I made sure I can remix this so that it doesn't use the camera audio, and then we won't hear her as much. But I want for this recording to specifically make sure that we still had her in there. Okay, so your thoughts on what was going through your head while you intro this bit with this sort of like this audience member literally responding to every word as if you're talking directly to her.
Yeah, it started way too early. As soon as I said I'm feeling nostalgic, there was it was incongruent. This followed throughout the whole set. It was what I was receiving from her was a little off by like a few seconds or something was odd. But I did get in my head first one third or half of this set. But yeah, I was wondering what's going on with this side. Let me address her a little bit, but let's look around, address other people as well.
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
a
that
great
was
job of like
mainly, yeah.
Yeah, we did a great job of. We sort of performed it the normal way we did it with like the front crest of the audience, sort of like icing her out for part of it. And I was like, oh, okay, that's good. If we don't want to yet shine the flashlight on her, we don't want to like like throw the book or use the hammer or whatever. Or we're trying to feel out the moment. I don't hate this about like, okay, you guys are digging and you're far away from that danger zone. Let me play to you. Even though we are sort of like leaving the rest of the audience like with bad babysitter, and to be fair, it's my job as a producer to deal with that. And so like as soon as probably this is about how far into the set when I was like, okay, you gotta, I maybe was able to talk to her time one, but yeah, this much of a thing is not really the comedian's responsibility.
Yeah, and I want to say I have done this joke before a handful of times, multiple times, and I know how it goes, but as soon as I started hearing the cussing from her, she's calling a kindergarten child B and C words, and that's when I was like, "Uh-oh, where is this going right now? Do not address it just yet."
Yeah.
But I still got the laugh, so I'm happy that first joke was after this turn.
And we're both in India.
Okay, yeah, I want to say, let's go back to that. I forget how much of that laugh from the audience is at you or is that her dropping the C bomb.
I know. We're both Indian.
I do like that, like you're just doing your line, but you're like, I know, like responding to this big thing in the room of the audience. I love using it. This is one of those things that like made me reluctant to shut her down completely. Cause like we this is already the second time we fed off of her. When you started your set, you also used her because she responded to you and you used it as like the first thing that the audience said, and she kind of helped us in this moment too. So I was like, I'm willing to make like a bargain with the devil a little bit to like see how much she can fuel, even though she'll like screw up people's momentum and timing. She'll help them on the other side. So it was a tricky decision for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a question. I wonder, I mean, when they're just saying something supportive, like it's ad lib style, it's easy to play off. You know, they go, "Oh no!" It's like, "Yeah, I know, right?" But if this is something very unusual, like cussing at a kindergarten, it's tempting to stop the joke and address it.
Yeah.
I chose not to because I wanted to get the first joke off, and then I'm good for the rest of the set. What would you advise?
This is one of those things where like I can't give you it's like crowd psychology, individual psychology. Like in some cases, shut it down fast. Don't let them. In other cases, this is the exact same move. So like, if she silently acknowledged them rather than address it, yeah. Chat agrees that they like the silent acknowledged. If it was me, I think when she dropped the C bomb, I'd have to be like, whoa! Well, I think that is enough of an escalation of like her like literally screaming the C word that I'd have to friendly be like, what? I am basically a child. Ow, 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 my ears. Oh no. And then I would probably slightly escalate the little bit of barbs to try like to where I would get up to where Michael was like, I know what my lines are, to try to be like, this is the end. I can't, because you want the audience comfortable to make noise so you can talk to them. But if you allow the ne'er-do-wells to feel like they have too much agency, you won't have any control over the pace of the show because they're going to be interjecting wherever they feel like it. So you do sort of have to have a little bit of like I'm the one, and that's just like a general guideline I can give. If you feel like you're losing the pace, then you might have to heavy-hand it a little bit. And not heavy-hand it in a mean way. You might have to be like, oh, we'll have this conversation. You can call me that word all you want after the show, but right now, so it's like we're still validating, but we're trying to steer the beast in the right direction as far as animal training.
Got it.
And we're both in India. What? I know. Do you know her? She does. Some people just have the weirdest icks, man.
Okay, you want to talk about that react? I think this is when I'm first like, stop! Oh, please, turn it out. Okay, so your thoughts on that interaction between
I couldn't hear in this audio what she said just then.
Okay, I can give you a play for play. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, here we go.
And we're both in India. What?
What? No.
I know.
What? No.
Do you know her?
No, but she sounds awful.
She does. Some people just have the weirdest icks, man. What to do? Yeah. I got so upset by.
Okay, so how do you feel about your reactions to those words in the audience?
It's distracting, but it did play. It took away from my joke about ick, which I've tried it once before, and it landed very well. Like, yes, ick. Talk about ick. But it did not work.
Yeah, it's easy to do after the fact. We could have used it. Like some people have the weirdest icks, like people talking to them on stage. Like it's easy to do in our chair, hard to do in the moment. But yeah.
Yeah, a part of me was just wondering because I could see her. Right, she was not that far away. I could see in her eyes, and I did not see a person who I could reason with. So I was wondering if
for context, she was probably on something that was stronger than alcohol, and so she was lucid, but she was not 100% on this earth. If that, like, she was a little bit in it. Yeah. So sorry, you're saying?
That's a good idea. So I was thinking, what can I say to convince this person to, like, I gave you attention, I hear you. Now watch the rest of the set. Watch how this unfolds. But I didn't see that at all. There was like a wall between us two. So I was just wondering. I was like trying to solve this puzzle in my head.
Sure. Yeah. And once again, think about it this way. Like we have, she thinks she's helping us, but we have like an active detractor, and we're still doing, still at least with the front half of the audience. The back half of the audience is getting uncomfortable because of her. So at some point we might have wanted to be like, it's okay. They're sort of like worried for us. We're this, but at least the front part of the audience, everything from like table C to the left, I think we're doing a great job performing too.
I ran home immediately. Yeah. I went to my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm ready for arranged marriage. Fuck that shit, First romantic experience, I gave up immediately. Yeah. Clap it up for me giving up immediately. It's weird though, because
hey, Francesco. We're doing well. We're watching Gaurav's footage from yesterday. So yeah. So that clap, I think that was her. So that's one of those things where I was like the devil's bargain about like sometimes it helps us, sometimes it hurts us. I don't know. Your thoughts?
Yeah, that I was able to play off with because she was the only one clapping. It was also surprising because these lines are supposed to get laughter, or they did in the past. But there might have been that tension of what are we doing with this person, or maybe that's what it was. And so the intended lines did not get a laugh. She was the only one clapping, so I riffed on that. That got laughter. So I think we just had to address what was happening. But I didn't want that to take over the thing.
Yeah. Also, chat, how is this if I maybe I turn up my mic a little bit? Hopefully that does better. Let me know if that fixes the volume. Okay. Let's keep going.
I thought, at that age, I was amazing with ladies. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I was great with women. Only she supports me, right? She's like, give up, yeah. You're great, yeah.
Give up on arranged marriage.
Okay, shit. I might have a date after this.
Okay, yeah. So this is when now the tension is getting too much. That now
Yeah.
she has taken over, and we did a great job of like trying to hit it somehow. But I don't think our line resolved all that. We don't feel in control with how we said that line. It sort of seems like we are full. Like as instead of being a confidence monster, we're we're trying to be nice, so we're folding to this other confidence monster in the room, and the audience can see that like you don't have the reins of the chariot right now. Like you're not on the steering wheel. I guess would be a more apt topical analogy.
Yeah. No. Makes sense. It makes sense. And how do you do that if the person you see is just not there?
Yeah,
Like they're on a different dimension
once
right
again,
now.
it's hard to give like because like every person who's not there is gonna be a different situation.
Right.
We've tried to address it. Great. So far, we've only been super nice and validating, which personally I like. We might have needed to like not be mean, but up the amount of barbedness of it. Like, okay, like I'm doing something. Like, right, guys, we want to listen to me. Yeah, like we could do a game that like sort of friendly says like I'm not angry at you, but like I would please like to draw a boundary to let you to stop. And then if we have to escalate by there, then we don't seem like the dick because we gave chances to. Does that make sense? If we have to escalate like a minute later in our set, if we gave them the chance to turn around, and at this point as well is like I am as a producer at that point it's on me. It's the show producer or the venue. It's on them to get someone that disruptive out of the room or to talk them or et cetera, et cetera. So it's on some levels this far in now you shouldn't have to be dealing with it. Like we know what this is and it should be handled.
I always thought it was great with women, you know. I thought it was great because what are women complaining about nowadays? I hear a lot, like men are emotionally unavailable, right? You hear that a lot, ladies? Yeah, not me. I was crying constantly. Thought I was perfect, you know. I didn't even have to pick women up. Women picked me up.
Oh, I was so worried about this. I was like, do not do like you have someone in the audience who would really love to run on stage and pick you up. I was like, please do not invoke the audience to pick you up with an active detractor in the crowd. I was like backstage like begging. I was like, please do not. Sorry, your thoughts about what's about to happen.
So then the crowd was so silent during these parts that it felt like I had to restart the show with this audience and make them forget. But I guess the tension has already set in. Was ready to not call her up if she were to volunteer, you know?
Yeah, but if you ask the whole audience for volunteers, then who do you think is going to be the teacher, me person?
Yeah. It's very risky looking back. Yeah.
It's the same thing about like sometimes in Batsu we will have or in stand-up too. When you have people who want to make the show about them, who are sort of like being slightly disrespectful in your set, we sort of have to not give them opportunities because they're gonna jump on them. They're gonna trample us further. So like we can still do bits, but we have to make sure we like head them off at the pass or like anyone from this table want to pick me up or like steer it so they don't feel like they have the agency to go further. It's the same thing where like let's talk to the audience, but if they start to get a little bit disrespectful, then we have to sort of grab the reins and be like, line strong. And we don't have to be mean. I never think we should be mean, but we do have to like set clear boundaries. So if we do have to escalate, that the rest of the audience is on our side. That we are not the bully. But yeah. I was so worried. And just for chat here, we'll give you the rest of the context of this moment.
Now, not a chance. Can you imagine now someone try to pick me up? Any volunteers?
Me.
Yeah, I hear ya. No.
Me.
See, it's difficult now. No one wants to pick me up. It's okay. I
think I like actively ran to her to be like,
Yeah.
When you started this, I think I was over by the bathroom when you started this bit, and I was like, "Oh no!" Like red alert, like. So yeah. But great pivot. Even if so, yeah. So your what was your mindset? Were you planning on having someone come up and actually pick you up?
I was ready for it, but I was expecting nobody because the mood was just like there.
Testing.
She was no, I was not expecting the crowd. I was just kind of I know I had that one joke about, see, I proved my point. No one would pick me up now. Uh, just based on the energy of the crowd, I expected no one to actually volunteer by this point.
Yeah.
And any noise from that corner, I was ignoring anyways. I was not gonna address it.
So one thing to think about, this is a more complex sort of like crowd dynamic thing. Is like, on the one hand, we don't want to give her agency, right? We want to ignore that side of the room, so we don't give her agency. So we're playing to table C and to the left, which is great. Table C and to the left are having a great show, but she owns the back of the room. So like anyone at table E, anyone at table 4, anyone at table D, they have this like tension sitting next to them. So like you can't get a full laugh from the full room because she owns that territory. You have annexed that. Which sometimes you have to make a deal with the devil. You're like, I want a good show. If I try to deal with this, I might come off as a bully, or I might not be able to resolve it. Oh yeah, if she responds, anyone but you, that could be anyone but you've already had. I think anyone but you. If we did it playful, yes. If we did it too mean, it could come as bully. Like we could do something similar, like anyone but you because you've already had your shining moment in the show. Remember? But something to think about if this ever happens to you again, where there's a big tension in the room, is like you might have to resolve it for the people around them. I'll be like, is everyone over there okay? Like, I'm sending a message of peace to you, something to resolve your night, or even pretending like you didn't hear her. Wow. Oh yeah, look directly at like. Wow, I guess no one. I don't hear anyone. Absolutely no one is requesting right now, to make it very clear you do hear her, but you're pretending to not. Yeah, you've already done half my set. Yeah. Those would be great moves. But yeah, the lesson I'm trying to impart here is that like sometimes there will be tensions in the audience that you do need to ignore, but just know if you are ignoring it, which sometimes you have to do, you're sacrificing the audience or in some sort of blast radius around that tension.
Yeah.
And you might want to try to recover some of, you might like no man left behind. You might want to recover some of those people if you can.
I like this. I'm right now I'm visualizing it as almost like a heat map of tension in the room. So if I see it's like a red hot over here, I could still release it for everyone around the problematic person and get them laughing at least.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, this is great. This is good.
I've been trying dating. I get a dating advice from my mom nowadays. Yeah. She goes, son, you got to be more confident because you're not that tall. That's fucked up. It's my own mom. And she doubles down. She goes, and you don't have the best looking face. I'm like, Mom, you gave me this face. And if you're more confident, I would have a taller dad. I'm just like, I'm just like, don't tell my dad I'm saying this shit up here, by the way.
Great. How you feel about that full line, that full joke?
Yeah, I get it. Surprised to get a little more awe. People like sympathizing with me right now. I think it's probably due to the fact I probably didn't look like I had a lot of confidence. Like I was not being a confidence monster. I just say it up until now. So now there's a little bit of pity. But then the punchline about my dad. Yeah, I wanted to try just like hamming up the shock. Like, I did something crazy.
So one thing I love and I think helps fuel this moment is this right here. Here.
And if you're more confident, I would have a taller dad. I'm just like,
Yeah, the fact that you went, that helped fuel the audience to also go, with us. So I love it.
I'm just like...
Yeah, so I love that. I do think we let the energy drop a little bit too much after like in between here and...
Don't tell my dad I'm saying this shit up here, by the way.
If you had said that like 2 beats earlier, or you say after the fact, we would have carried in that energy of like the and then this laugh would have been louder. But once again, very easy for us to do now after the fact. There was just that weird like we just let the energy in like one of our big payoff moments. We just let the energy drop when we could have been like in full payoff mode. But still, once again, still great, still a great moment. This is just like that little like at the top.
It's true, man. So I've been going on some first dates. Recently, a lot of first dates. Yeah, you guys been on first dates? Yeah? Any hopeless?
I think now that I'm listening, the audience now is actually pretty, like, the little pocket that was quietly silent. Like, I think they're kind of actually more comfortable right now after the and from chat. I think even playing into the roast aspect of it, of like, am I being bad, could be fun to try. Oh yeah, that could be fun. Like if my mom was, you'd have a bigger face. Oh, am I being bad? Oh well, mom. You could take that character for a second and like not make it a full character as like now I'm the mean roaster, but sort of like be like your version of that character of like, am I being bad? Ooh, sorry, mom. Ooh, I did it. Yeah, we could lean into that to get more payoff on the follow through. I like that idea, chat. Yeah, up to you.
Hopeless romantics here. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Hopeless romantics. Yeah. It's the same story every first date. You know, I am more interested in them than they're into me. Yeah, I know. I'm like, what's the matter with that? Okay, my heart's pumping. My mind is racing. My hands are jittery. My body's tingling. Is this not love? No, it's just coffee first dates. It was just caffeine, guys. It was just caffeine. It wasn't love. Yeah. But then I thought...
said, damn it.
Yeah, she said. It's all her. She's the one saying this.
Oh, it was her, yeah.
So yeah, how do you feel about this new joke, especially with the, now that it's a dialogue?
You know, I love it, but I hate that nobody loves it as much as I love it. But I'm trying to get the punch.
Anytime there's a joke like that we love, that the audience isn't feeling, we can make the joke about how much we love it. It's a different joke. The joke is now about us and our personality, but we can be I'd be like, cause these are coffee first dates. Oh, not cute. I love that joke. I'm all like, glurp, 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 jitter, jitter, jitter. I like it.
Guess where I wrote it?
I like it so much, I'll tell it again. I've been going a lot on first dates, and I'm getting to, if you guys don't laugh this time, I'll tell it a third time. Like we can lean into that, but it's a different joke, but it's the same joke.
Yeah.
So it's up to you if you really like it. Hey, keep it, but just know that you might have to pivot the payoff.
Yeah. No, I mean, as is right now, it's ready to be dropped. I'm happy with shelving this joke.
I think it's cute. I think it's cute. There might just be my dates were decaffeinated. I do like that chat.
Yeah, like numbered, but what's the other meaning of that sentence? Decaf coffee, I get it, but my days were. What's the original sentence? My days were numbered. Is that what you're parodying?
I don't know if it's a pun on like decaffeinated, like decapitated, or decaffeinated, just
decapitated,
or like decaffeinated, and like they've been bad dates. But I just like the phrase of decaffeinated, tall, dark, latte. I go on a latte dates. There's jokes like that.
Okay, we're gonna do a pun run.
Yeah. It's a different joke, but yeah. But there's like all these other worlds that are one step away if we want them.
But then I thought, wait a second. How come I'm the only one feeling this and she's not? You know? Turns out it's not coughing, guys. I'm just an idiot. Oh, okay. That's it.
Cut it. Cut the joke. I tried something. It might be
sure. Fun. I don't hate it, but yeah, I can see why they went. Oh.
You joke that one work. It's fine. We'll continue.
Oh, I mean, once again, easy to do after the fact, but you could have been like, "Oh, I'm so dumb." Yeah, I know that joke didn't work because I'm so dumb. Oh,
yeah.
No, because remember I'm so dumb. Oh, make that moment now what the joke is about.
Yeah.
Working on my confidence. My one of my friends came up to me after my last show. They were like, wow, you're pretty confident up there. Wow, you look comfortable. Wow, I had a lot of fun. Wow, you look very funny. I'm like, why are you so surprised? Why is there a wow before every compliment? It's like ruining the compliment. I'm going to start saying it back now. Like, wow, you got a gym membership? Like, wow, you got a job? There's nothing wrong with you, by the way. Just giving you examples. You know? Like, wow, you look stupid. That's not it.
I mean, it might be too mean, but we could do these all three to the same person. Wow, you got a gym membership? Blah, blah, blah. Wow, you got a job? There's nothing wrong with you, by the way, to that. Wow, you look stupid. I'm so sorry. Like, so then it's like we made it okay, but then we did the worst one as another way to pay off. It might be too much, and it might make them uncomfortable, so like dangerous, but there is a world where we do this, do that as the payoff. How do you feel about this joke? I have one thing to say about this joke. Personally, I think it's cool, but you talk about it first.
I messed up. I didn't realize until I saw it now. Wording of it that changed the joke, and I think people were laughing at. So I said, my friend said, "Wow, you look pretty funny." I meant to say, "Wow, you're kind of funny," or "You're pretty funny," but I think I said, "You look pretty funny." Is that right?
I can't. Let's watch the. We have the tape. We have the tape.
It's like ruining the compliment.
Oh, yeah.
Had a lot of fun. Wow, you look very funny.
Oh, did I say where or look?
I think you say wow. I think you just say wow. You look very funny, which might be a reason why I got a big laugh.
Yeah, because it's a different joke.
One of my friends came up to me after my last show. You're pretty confident up there. Wow, you look comfortable. Wow, had a lot of fun. Wow, you look very funny.
Yeah, but it's still got you still got a laugh. I heard this in the room and thought, oh no, but the audience seemed to get back on track. I mean, like, it does take us off. It's like, on the one hand, it works. Like the audience is like, oh, wow, this thing, wow, you look really funny, and then it's like, so like it like is funny because it is like breaking the pattern and also sort of fitting it. But it does take us off the logical strand, which we're about to wax poetical about for a second. So like, I'm of two minds about it. That's not what I want to talk about is this.
My friends came up to me after my last show.
I would very rarely recommend this, but in this case, I think it was.
Wow, you're pretty confident up there. Wow, you look comfortable. Wow, had a lot of fun. Wow, you look very funny.
I think something that helps is usually we want to ramp up in energy. I really think it helped this joke that we're like, wow, you really this, wow, you really that, wow, you're really funny. I think like the lowering of energy helped make it seem like more casual and helped like push the idea of this joke that they're not, because like wow is a big thing, so the fact that the wow is escalating smaller heightens the idea that they're not using wow in a helpful way. And I was like, I really like that it went subtler into the payoff of this. Like that's the exaggeration here is to go subtler like that. And there are very few jokes like that would be more the exception of how a joke like there's other jokes that could be many other jokes that be structured that way. But as far as like the number of those versus the number of times I'd expect people to explode into it, so I just wanted to point that out because it's a fun side case of a thing to use. Just something to think about that I thought was cool as I saw it. And then we have like this very subtle casual energy that we can lay into because that's how we sort of like off-roaded from our last line.
I'm like, why are you so surprised? Why is there a wow before every compliment? It's like ruining the compliment. I'm going to start saying it back now. Like, wow, you got a gym membership? You got a job? There's nothing wrong with you, by the way. Just giving you examples. Like, wow, you look stupid. That's not a compliment. Don't try this at home, guys. Yeah, dating is weird, man. My parents actually...
Okay, how do you feel about that? Don't try this at home to the intro of the next concept. How do you feel about that moment?
Yeah, I noticed that wasn't funny at all. So I said, okay, let's go to the next joke right away. That's what was going through my head.
Yeah, we kind of, for a microsecond, ate a little bit of shit, but we didn't go anyways. We didn't go like, We just blazed into the next bit. We brushed it past us real fast. I don't hate that. I like that as a tactic.
Yeah. What do you think about, I noticed another thing. I'm laughing genuinely when I'm laughing up there, but those are different times when people are laughing and I'm clearly making a joke. Does that affect keeping it real?
I don't fully understand what the question is. You're
When
laughing, and you're saying the timing. The audience laughs, and then you're laughing after the audience, and so it's messing with the tempo. Is that what you're saying? Or
I'm wondering. Yeah. I'm asking that because when I'm laughing, that's not when they're laughing. Like I think they laugh because maybe my laughter triggers a new laugh, but it's not like we're all collectively laughing at a funny moment.
There's nothing wrong with you, by the way. Just giving you examples.
Okay, sorry. Pause. Like when I smile there, there's nothing wrong with you, by the way. I'm smiling. They're laughing. We're connected on the humor in that moment. Yeah, and then at the end of the joke, I'm laughing when they're not laughing.
Wow, you look stupid. That's not a compliment. Don't try.
I mean, their laugh ended before, but your laugh was like coming out of their laugh, so it's like
okay.
But yours continued longer. But I don't feel like that was like
that's at home, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, dating.
That didn't land because we sort of messed up we fumbled a little bit on the line, and I think the audience was like, "Oh, is he okay that he fumbled his words?" But
it's weird, man. My parents actually had an entire plan for my love life growing up, right? Our comedians, right? Someone actually gasped in the back there.
Yeah, that was the lady. So this is the reason why I didn't want to shut her down completely. Is because we are using her, and she is helping us a little bit, and she's the one who gasped. It was her.
Yeah.
So
it's simple.
So hard to,
Step 1, no dating. She covered her mouth. Wait till you get step 2. Step 2, have babies. Are you stupid? There's like 14 steps in between those two. Right? You gotta get a job, you gotta dress well, you gotta talk to women, you gotta start doing stand-up comedy. Where are the comics? Take notes. And so what a weird thing. No dating, just have babies. You know what that really means? My parents want me to find a stranger and have raw sex with them.
That was just me trying to play with her in that moment.
That's what a normal person would say. My parents, their voice is just in my head growing up, like, raw sex, 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 raw sex.
If you want to make this bit evolve more, it's great as is. We can keep it as is. If you want to make it evolve more, you can be like, what are we doing tonight? Raw sex. What are you doing with your ex? Raw sex. With me. Raw sex. And you can get the raw sex chant, and then you can also evolve it and make another fun game out of it to get it like this big moment even bigger if you want.
Yeah, good idea.
And then from chat, not to be confused with roar sex, like roar.
Roar?
Yeah. Yeah, think about it. We already got an applause break building it up this far. I might be gilding the lily, but we could make this like an absolute like barn burner moment. Do the full raw sex that you just did, but just as the audience starts to get too tired with it, that's when we bring out the call and response of like now the line, and we can get even more juice out of the squeeze.
Okay.
If you want,
like playing more games, right? Like when I wake up in the morning.
Yeah. When I go to bed, raw sex. Who am I kidding? I've never had raw sex. Like there's so like infinite. Yeah, there's so many things. I like that.
That's how you get ready for arranged marriage, everybody. Just find a stranger next to you and get proposed to them. Fucking raw sex, right? Now, I'm trying to push back because there's so much pressure from parents, just like all this, have babies, come on, give me grandchildren. I'm just pushing back against my parents. I'm like, why do we need more Indians? We don't need more. Guys, you can laugh at that, it's fine.
Great moment of recognizing why the audience might not be responding. Like, they might be uncomfortable. either because of you or because they don't want to be. It's like, hey, I am now permissing. I'm now leading the way. Great having your pulse, like your finger on the pulse of the audience. Great moment.
I'm advocating for less of us. All right, there's like 4 of us in this room right now. It's like 1 billion all over the world. And we can't keep having more of them, right? Like, hear me out. We can't have more Uber drivers than passengers. No, we should. We're gonna meet each other in the middle of the.
Great job. Like, no, we should. No, we shouldn't. What? We're gonna, and you use that as inspiration to get into our bit. Great job. Great job as sort of like using the detractor for our own purposes. Yeah, that's not an easy move to pull off, especially in the moment.
Road, like.
And we didn't we're not shitting on her. We're not like being, like what you would see in a lot of comics to be like, we're using her energy.
Hey, you. Get into my car. No, you get in.
Now you can literally hear me be like,
hey, you. Get into my car.
Sorry, for
No, you.
people watching, she said, listen.
Yeah. I mean, it's easy after the fact, but you should have been like, no, you listen.
Yeah. I was already midway into my joke. It was last act out. It was like.
Look, as far as hecklers go, she was in a weird way. She was on your side. She wanted to make it about her. She wanted to be star of the show, but she wanted you to succeed in like a weird, messed up way if we think about her motivation. So like there are worse hecklers that would be doing basically this, but also potentially hate us. So I like that we've had a great set. We survived this far, and we have like this this very big thing happening in the room. But we're not the bad guy. We didn't add to the pessimism of the world and the stand-up scene. And we've come to it with like open hearts, because like who knows? Here's the thing: we are, and this I'll get on my high horse for a second. We are the professional comedians. She paid money to get into that show to enjoy it. We don't know what her life is. For all we know, like everyone in her family died that day. She took a little something to like take the edge off, and she just wants to enjoy a comedy show. And so us being like, yo, shut up, blah, like that could be like a huge detriment to her. And you don't think, we don't know. I mean, at a certain point, it's like, there's always lines, but we don't know. And as the professional, we should be the ones swerving and dealing with the things, not making the audience. So I like once again, we've done it, and you're first, and you sort of like were first into the waters, so you didn't even consider yourself lucky. I never heckle till after I'm naked.
Get into my car. You and your car into my car. Let's. What's wrong with my car? It is too dark.
You could have, at that point, you can laugh. Anytime after you do you can laugh for if you plan to do that in the future for like the Indian joke, anytime after that in the set, you can laugh as an allowance. And I love the subtle head nod to be like, yes, thank you. Yes, I'm permitting this applause break. It's a great another way to allow, to make the audience feel they have agency to do that.
It all comes back together. Laughter party, are we ready for a good show today? Are we ready for a great show? That's my time, everybody. Gurmali, thank you very much.
Great. And I love that exit moment about like, hey, thank you. We called our time, and then we were sort of celebrating with the audience until we got so far off stage that we're basically, I can pull the camera a little bit for people on chat. But yeah, we're still smiling and looking on their way out. So having watched this, any other thoughts about the set? Any other moment that you want to like revisit, et cetera, or like, yeah, and then I'll do like the, hey, final thoughts for us having watched this together.
I mean, yeah, obviously the person talking loudly in the audience was throwing me off. I made some bloopers. That's okay. I think it goes back to the same old connect with the audience, have fun, and take the gift that you see. I'm very happy as well that I kept it positive, optimistic. There's a little bit of pressure starting off the show, Definitely don't want to
But
start
to be
with
fair,
the
everyone wanted,
guy.
he asked to. He had
Yeah,
the
yeah,
basically the
yeah.
headliner slot, and he traded it for the worst slot. So like you have only yourself to blame on that on that one.
Blame it, but also thank because I appreciate the experience. This is the first time.
And
It's
I think I've
challenging.
already
Yeah.
I think I've already told you this story, but just so I have it on camera and so I can share it with chat. Can I tell you the story?
Yeah.
Via having an open heart to the audience. I have someone I work with who is in Arizona, and he's a very good crowd comic. He likes to actually do crowd work. He doesn't push the audience a lot. He just pushes them just a little bit. Uh, um, However, one day he was talking to a couple in the front. He's like, "You guys together?" And they're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, bro, like good job. She's a little out of your league." And the guy was like, "No, no, we belong together. Like how?" Like it escalated very quickly, and then the comic like had to try to like de-escalate this now very angry dude. And then that guy went to the producer of the show afterwards. He was a regular, and he's like, "You know what? I'm never coming to the show again if that comic is on it." And my friend, student, whatever you want to call him, was removed from that show. He no longer does that show. There are 3 places to do paid comedy near him, and he's blacklisted from one of them. If I'm having if my pessimistic mind is like that guy's kind of an asshole, he could have just gotten over it. My open heart mind says like, for all we know, they were having like relationship ending fights every night. That she was already like, "Oh, you're not good enough for me." Then they go to a comedy show to escape, and this comedian presses the one thing that happens to be very real in their life. And I bring up moments like that to other comics, and they're like, "Well, what's the chance of that happening? Like 1%?" Yeah, but if you're doing 2 shows a week, that's 104 shows a year. That means you hit that 1% in a year. And if it burns you from the job, like that's what professional comedy is. It is a service industry. And people look to like big comics and be like, but they get to do it. It's like they have an established fan base. They can say F you because I have a horde of other people that are coming to see me. Versus until we have that established fan base, we're kind of beggars about, please give me stage time. Please, please, oh, please. And we are dependent on the venues, the sort of the gatekeepers. So I'm very glad that we didn't shut this woman down, that we managed to deal with it with like optimism and an open heart. And so with that, with 6 minutes left, do you have any questions and or anything you want to say to like tie a bow around us having watched this set together with this audience, et cetera, et cetera?
No questions. Um, yeah, no. I don't really know how to tie a bow around this because this. If this exact same thing happens again, I think I have enough tips on how to handle it a little bit more. Uh, Play off of them if they're doing some ad libby stuff. But if they're taking too much of the stage time away and it cannot be funny, then yeah, try to ignore them. Keep attention around the room, maybe around them. Um, and regarding my jokes itself, yeah, keep working.
Sure. Yeah.
Get rid of the bad lines.
The good news is when someone is the good sort of like cheat code of having an open heart and treating them nice is if we are treating them nice and they continue, the audience will be on our side. The audience will be like, "Oh, this comedian has a lot of patience." And then if you need to escalate, you can go to the line of drawing the boundary of like, "It's been fun playing. I'll play with you. I'll talk to you after the show." But like, I'm kind of doing a thing right now. So like, draw the polite boundary if you need to like, and then the audience has seen you draw the boundary. So then if you have to escalate further, be like, "Yeah, okay, I didn't want to do this." And then if you need to go mean comic from there, you sort of like given many steps along the way and many paths. So you definitely don't seem like the asshole. And so if you have footage of it, you can be like, I tried. It's sort of like the, imagine if this was like a case of self-defense. If someone just was like, "I hate you," and you immediately punch them, the judge would be like, "I don't know if that's self-defense." But if they're like walking in your space and you're like, please, sir, please get back," and they're like pushing again, and you're like, I need to defend my space, like 2 more steps, and then when you try to make that self-defense case, the judge will be like, "Oh yeah, clear, like you've tried to de-escalate like 8 times," and so it's like a much easier sort of thing, at least is how I think of it. And then if you need another way to think about it, my way of sort of like envisioning hecklers in my head is like naughty children that I enjoy very much, but I'm the one in charge. Like, I like what you're doing, but like, I have to keep us on track. So like, thank you, man. Like, thank you. Oh, I love being yelled at, but like, I kind of got this thing to do. So like, I'm trying to validate you. I'm trying to make it friendly, but also like, we gotta get back to the lesson plan. You know, like, so I found that helps de-escalate in a way that has a little bit of a barb to it, but doesn't make me seem like a dick. If you want to steal that for your own sort of like mental math.
Yes, that definitely helps a lot. I also like the term you use, confidence monster. There is something about like if you're in a good mood and confident and you're solid there up here, then that also just helps come up with things to say in the moment.
Yeah, we were talking to Chase after the show last night, when she was giving us her 5 pillars of comedy, and number one was confidence, just confidence. And number 5 was be alcohol. So if you've made it this far, give us a like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more comedy from either of us. Our socials will be in the descriptions. Any words of parting for the YouTube video, we're going to stay on stream, but any words of parting for the edit for YouTube?
Come watch us. It's a great show.
Yeah, last night was great. Okay.